All right, man. Good morning. I'm finally making another video. Um, and my bad. I've been kind of inconsistent with this. I've been trying to like stay consistent. I really just be procrastinating, honestly. But yeah, like I said, good morning. And the thing I want to talk about today is mental health. And I just was wanting. I actually been was wanting to make this video, but like, dude, I supposed to make this video months ago. In all honesty, but I just kept procrastinating. But um, I be seeing things. As always, I see things. I talk about them. But I feel as if like we're living in an epidemic almost, or like I feel like a lot of teenagers are depressed, or a lot of teenagers are going through things like mentally. You get what I'm trying to say? And even like I myself, I had like my experience and all that and things like that. Obviously it's not just gonna magically get better. I'm not saying that, cause like even today, I still deal with things like that. But I just want to say like I wanted to be taken more seriously. I feel like a lot of like people my age especially like they're going through things, and what they're going through is like kind of being like what's the word I'm looking for, like subsided, or like not really looked at into as much, because like a lot of people feel like, well, you're a kid or you're a child, so it doesn't matter what you're going through, or you shouldn't have any problems because you're a kid. You know what I'm saying? But and my thing is, man, that type of stuff doesn't know age. Like that stuff can comes in waves. If you're 50, if you're like 13, if you're 12, because like a lot of people go through different things throughout life. So when like so many people have so many different experiences, like it's so hard to be like, oh well, just because you're a kid, so this doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you can't do that, because there's so much that goes on, and then you have like a lot of people who are also afraid to like speak up and things like this, especially when they're going through something, because a lot of people don't know how to communicate or articulate the way that they feel. And obviously I don't have all the answers, but I just wanted to say things that kind of like worked for me, or like things that I did to like make make my mental state a little bit more stable. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of it really has to do with like me just kind of like finding myself. I feel like for the longest time that was my biggest thing. Like, man, like what can I do that puts my head somewhere where I want it to be? You get what I'm saying? And I think that's one thing everybody should do. You should have something where like when you feeling these emotions, or like you feeling like you're all alone and things like this, it should be something that you can do that push your headspace somewhere different. Like for me, it's like when I'm writing, or when I'm making music, or when I'm playing sports. You get what I'm saying? But that's for me. Like that's I know that's who I am. So I just go back to the things that just make me who I am. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of times when you're going through things, you should like have like that base. It's weird. It's hard to kind of explain, but you should have that base where, okay, I know I go back here. I know this is how I'm gonna feel. I know what to do here. This is where I'm comfortable, and let me rebuild myself up so I'm able to exit and I'm able to attack the world again, or I'm able to. You get what I'm trying to say? And man, like it's okay. Like a lot of people, I thought a lot of people be so they be feeling so like, oh, they in it alone and things like that, which sometimes in some cases that is true, sadly. But a lot of times, man, like it's people who you probably talk to every day that's going through the exact same thing as you, and all it takes is that one conversation started, that one like, man, bro, I've been feeling like this and that lately, and then like it lets you see that, man, I'm not alone in this. Like, that's one thing I never want anybody to feel, is like that they are alone in something, especially like that, because I feel like mental health is very serious. You get what I'm trying to say? So when when I'm like talk to people, like I love being a person that somebody can just come and talk to whatever about, because one, I try I try to be non-biased as possible, but I don't judge nobody. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm never gonna be a judgmental dude. Like I like it'd be wrong for me to be judgmental, in all honesty. So when I'm talking to people, Or when I'm like seeing people and I'm seeing people go through these things, a lot of people genuinely feel like, man, they don't have nobody, or they the only person who going through things like this, which I just want people to like at least try to reach out. Cause I feel like my biggest problem was I thought, oh, bro, it's good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't gotta talk about it. Oh, I'm straight. Like, I don't have no. And what happens is, and I know this is gonna sound so cliche and probably something heard a thousand times, bro. It's been times where I just genuinely like exploded, and I just like, somebody said one bad thing to me, and then like, it's just only thing that's filling my words is anger, because I wasn't expressing myself before then. You get what I'm trying to say? So you will have all these built up emotions, and it's not. Sometimes it's not just from one spot. You got something built up because maybe you're doing bad at sport. Maybe you go home and things not right there, and you go to school. You ain't you good. Your grades ain't good. You get what I'm saying? So like you have so much of these things that's just clouding your mind. It just makes you so angry because you're not expressing it in the right way. So when you do express it, it comes off as explosive. You get what I'm trying to say? So what I found out, like I said earlier, man, I get to writing like my poetry became my escape. And I remember I just was writing like a little essay about it for school and things like that. And I was like, man, when I write poetry, it puts my head in a space to where I will live in forever. And I can sit there and I can write all day. Or like or when I read somebody else's poetry, it feels like I'm getting to know this person better. Like I'm knowing them on like a spiritual level. You get what I'm saying? Like that's how I view poetry. Now everybody's not gonna have. I'm not telling you, hey, me, I write poetry to feel better. No, what I'm saying is you have to find that niche that's for you, and you have to exploit it in a way where it like makes you feel better. Kind of. You get what I'm trying to say? I feel like I worded that a little bit wrong, but it's it's okay to feel the way you feel. I'm not telling you that one day you're gonna wake up and you magically gonna be fixed, because it, like I said, it's gonna come in waves. But you have to have something that helps your mind be at ease. You have to have something, or you're gonna continue like you're gonna continue to just bottle in these emotions. And what happens is you start to become something you don't like 100%. Like once you start to get like, I feel like a lot of people don't understand this. Like when you get mad like that and you just always angry and your outlook on life is just terrible, bro, you start to become something you never thought you would become. So you have to take your mental health seriously. You get what I'm saying? And you have to know, like another thing, my problem was I didn't know who I was outside of sports. I didn't know what I would ever do if I wasn't playing sports. You get what I'm trying to say? And no, obviously everybody not gonna relate to this, because like Eric, like everybody don't play sports. You get what I'm saying? Not saying that's a bad thing, but like everybody don't play sports. So for the longest time in my life, sports has been my thing. Like I played sports. I think I started playing like basketball when I was like in sixth grade, and ever since then, like every summer it's sports, it's sports, it's sports. So I didn't know what my life was without sports. You get what I'm trying to say? And I remember my ninth grade year, I was really tested because I think I said this in a previous video. I didn't get to play much, and honestly, it wasn't because I was bad. It was like a lot. I'm not gonna get into that again, but it was like a lot of different stuff going on within the coaching and all that in the school. But my ninth grade year, I wasn't able to play, and bro, it was so weird because I felt like I had lost myself, and I'm not exaggerating. Like not being able to play basketball, go to them games, like I didn't feel like me, which is kind of it's weird to say that, but like I didn't feel like Jamonte in a sense. And then I always been like a writer. I always like wrote poetry from time to time. You get what I'm saying? Since I can remember, honestly. But I didn't heavily dive into it until like one day, bro. I kid you not. I'd be sitting in class and a certain emotion would just hit me, or like a certain sentence that like that brings me a certain type of feeling. And the first thing I would do is write it down. Like I have so many like actual poems, and I have so many just like one little sentence or two sentences just written down, because it sparks something inside like in my head, and it just makes me I kid you not, bro. I can write one sentence and I'd be sitting there typing for hours, because that just became my escape. Or like when I'm or like when I'm making music, like bro, it's so weird. Like bro, when I drop a song, I get this weirdest feeling of like relief and like happiness. Like it's so weird. You get what I'm saying? Especially when I'm especially when I'm able to affect somebody's life in a positive way or make somebody like relate to what I'm saying. Because you know what I'm saying, like I remember like I dropped this song, somebody commented, they was like, man, bro, this song, I'm going through the same things, bro. Thank you, bro. Like this song, this is my, I've been, you know what I'm saying, like which is crazy to me because obviously I'm like not no big time artist and nothing like that. So it's crazy that such a, because in reality I'm just a very 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 small percentage of the world. Like I'm minuscule compared to the things that's inside of this world. You get what I'm trying to say? But it was just so crazy that I was able to do that for somebody. A song that I wasn't necessarily. I'm be honest. I don't really like look for my music to. I really don't look for my music to. I really don't make music for nobody else but myself, kinda. Which is like weird. You get what I'm saying? But people like relate to it. You get what I'm saying? Like it's hard to explain. Like so when I seen that, I was like, dang, like even with such a small a voice, you still have power. Cause you when you put these good energies into the world, I promise you they gonna come back. Especially with my writing. I remember like during school when I was writing this poem for like this little contest, man, I show everybody, man. And then like, don't get me wrong, you gonna have people who gonna like, especially in that type of field with music and stuff like that, you gonna have people who laugh at you, have people who like, man, yo, you ain't never gonna be, yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times people who do that are people who going through things in their in like in their own way. A lot of times, like when people like are genuinely hating on you, I kid you not, a lot of times because they hate themselves. A lot of people can't a lot of people who are going through these things can't even wrap their head around about how you will be confident enough to do something like this and they're not. Which that's like a whole nother different type of topic, but that has to deal with mental health as well. So, and I'm not just trying to rant, 'cause I feel like I do that so much, but like, man, just do what makes you you. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like you don't have nobody and things like that, man. One thing about me, like, I'm always open to talk to anybody, right? But dude, you can like sit down, just write down how you feel. And it's weird because I feel like sometimes when I write down how I feel and I read it back, it helps me understand better. You get what I'm trying to say? And because as a child, it was so much that was going on inside my life. As I got older and I started to realize what was happening, I started to become like angry at the world. And I had a very, very bad mental state. I was always mad. I was like always just a sad dude. You get what I'm saying? Like even now, kind of like I still kind of reflect that a little bit, but like that's just kind of who I am with the music I listen to, kind of. But like, bro, I was just always sad. I always was thinking of worse and things like that. And like some changed. Some made me feel like, man, I don't want to be sad, cause like I know I felt better and I was smiling. I was able to make other people smile because I always it's so weird because I always feel like, man, I wouldn't want nobody going through what I go through. I'd rather like all the things that happen to me, I'd rather go through that so nobody else that I love or I'm around will ever have to go through that. I mean that's how I always thought about it. You get what I'm saying? And like and like I said, I'll just always be so mad. Like it's so weird thing about it now. I like me personally, my personality is not to be bad, not to be angry. Like that's not me. But that was so much of my life for a little bit, for like a couple years. Like throughout middle school, I think my seventh grade year, that was like when COVID was like hitting nobody's at school, and it really hit me because that's when I was just at home with my thoughts all day, and it was like, man, this happened, bro. Why did this happen? Like, man, and then I just was so angry. You get what I'm saying? And another thing I can like attribute my good mental health for is like my friends. Like my friends, my cousins, like those were people who I feel like, because in my opinion, like even though I'm a guy who likes to be more alone than anything, I always hated being lonely. But at the same time, like I knew it took a village because that's how I was raised, and that's what I understand from being where I was raised at. You get what I'm saying? I knew it took a village, so I'm not just gonna make it seem like, oh, bro, I had it all figured. I knew how I was gonna get better. No, I had people around me, and I was lucky. A lot of people do not have this. I had people around me who just loved me. You get what I'm saying? Even though I was a lot younger then, now I understand that even better now. But even then, I understood like, man, like when I'm around these people, bro, I just feel like so like me. I don't feel like I gotta be sad. I don't feel, you know what I'm saying? Like especially, bro, I used to play the games with my friends all day, and to this day, that I don't think I will ever have a better time in my life than the days I would sit and play the games with my friends all day. And I'm talking like my close friends. You get what I'm saying? Like people I really know, and like they know who they are. Like so, those times shaped me today because like, dude, when I feel like sad and shit like that, bro, I'm turning on 2K20. You know what I'm saying? We got Fluid Vibes up in there. We got Darius R365. We got Psycho Fizz up in there. You get what I'm saying? We got Lolo Wave Check. You know what I'm saying? Like that was their game attacks. But like they if they watch the video, they gonna know. But like yeah, like so those days was so important to me. Like even now, bro, when I get sad, like my and they be getting on me in the group chat, bro. When I get sad, gang, the first thing I do is turn on the game, or I go write, or I go make a song. You get what I'm saying? I just start to put that energy in someplace different, cause I feel like I'm not here to be. I'm here to make people happy. I'm here to, you get what I'm saying? So that's why I had to hone in on me, so I'm able to do what I feel like I'm meant to do. You get what I'm trying to say? Like I don't want to be a sad guy. I don't want to be mad all the time. And it's not like what I went through is just like some itty bitty stuff. Cause honestly, it's crazy. Like what happened is crazy. And this one another thing. I would never let somebody ever try to tell me what I went through was, man, it wasn't really that. Cause I know, and I would never have let somebody make me feel like that any of that shit was normal. Cause I know. You get what I'm saying? And that's one thing about me. Like, I'm not just a dude who was like kind of sad. I had like real stuff going on. And it wasn't just like one thing. It was so many things just into one. It was, bro. Like, and that's why I say, man. Like when I be like talking about things like this and stuff like this, I'm not just talking out my ass. Like I really know. Like I promise you, I really know. And I was a little kid, so I had to start thinking differently as a little kid. I had to look at the world differently as a little kid, and I would never. And that's why I feel like sometimes I'm like still a little bit childish because I revert back to that time where I didn't really get to be a kid, kind of. You get what I'm saying? And what's so bad about it is when all those things was happening, it wasn't like there wasn't nothing good in my life going on. But it's like your brain and like my anatomy only remembered the bad part because to me that's what outweigh anything else. You get what I'm trying to say? But at the same time, like I said, that's why I'm thankful for my cousins. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for my girl. I'm thankful for all these people in my life, like my family. You get what I'm saying? Like my immediate family. Not everybody in my family. Like my nana, my mama, Uncle mine, and like people like that. You get what I'm saying? My Uncle mine kids, like them people. You get what I'm saying? Well, y'all don't know them people, but fuck, my bad. But like I was saying, man, like I know. So when I'm saying these things, I'm not just saying these things to talk and sound like I know everything. Cause like I said, I don't know everything. I'm just like everybody else. I'm still learning. The only thing I can tell you is from my experience. Like that's how I go through life. I go by what I experienced throughout life. And like, dude, I know. That's why like a lot of times people tell me things they going like, bro, I relate to that. So I'm able to convey a certain message or put that certain like energy out there because like, bro, I know exactly where you're coming from. Even though how I handle it might be different, that don't mean the way you handle it is wrong. It just takes time for you to understand. Because this is one thing I'm always gonna say. This is why I said earlier, man. Just because I write on me, you got to write. You got to find something you like. Just because you guys are going through something similar or something the same doesn't mean the way it should be handled is the same because everybody is different. There's not like I will always say this. There's never going to be one right way to life. There's never one right way to anything if I'm being honest. Because like, dude, like imagine when we all die millions of years in the future. The way things are handled probably gonna be completely different, and some probably still gonna be the same. Like there's like not one right way to do anything. So when I be talking to people, man, it's like I never try to make nobody feel bad for how they feel. I never try to invalidate people's feelings or nothing like that. Because I feel like a lot of times all people really want is for somebody to hear them or somebody to listen to them. A lot of people don't even really want a response for real. Like if I'm being honest, like it's I talk to people who just man they just want to sit there and talk. Cause like I said, when you're able to get those things off your chest, you feel so much lighter. Like like your soul feel lighter, man. So like always protect your mental. Your mind has to be at peace for you to get through or do anything you want to do in life. I feel like you always have to keep your mind at peace. You get what I'm saying? So you have to learn how to take care of yourself. You know, just like how you be brushing your teeth and you know what I'm saying, making sure your hygiene and all that straight. You gotta make sure you taking care of your mental. Cause you can be the best looking person ever, but it don't matter if you falling apart up there, up here. You feel me? So, like I said, you have to take time, learn yourself. Then you're able to put that good energy out there in the world. You're able to like like I'm trying to tell you, man, like, cause especially like with depression, it comes in waves. 100%. Like one day you can feel to be the happiest ever. Then that night it's like, man, bro, I just want to chill. I don't want anybody to bother me. Like it happens. It happens. Like it's normal. Some days you gonna feel like that. Some days you gonna want to quit. Some days you're not gonna. It's okay. You get what I'm trying to say? But you have to. I don't want to. I just really don't want to sound cliche, but you have to fight through it. Cause you strong. Like a lot of people don't realize how strong they generally are. Like you are strong, man. Like you got this. But it just takes you to believe in yourself to know that you got this. And you know, I know you hear all the time, oh man, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better. And sometimes it might take like 5 years for it to get better. That's just being real. Cause like I said, everybody's story, everybody's life is different. But dude, the more you push and the more energy you put out there in the world, like man, I'm finna go get this. I'm gon' get to where I wanna be, bro. Nobody gonna ever be able to stop you. You just have to have that mental fortitude. You have to think like, I know it's hard. I know I'm sad. Okay, I know it's not just gonna change. So let me do things. Let me take these steps and keep taking these steps to where okay, I see I'm getting a little bit better. Okay, I'm seeing better at this now. Okay, I see. You get what I'm saying? Like it's gonna take time for sure. But bro, I promise you gonna get there. So like I said, man, protect your mental. Protect your mental. Always try to be at peace. Always do things that don't make you stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Stress is big, especially for kids my age turning 18. You know, you gotta start worrying about, man, I gotta get this money, I gotta get this good job, I gotta get this little house, I gotta get this little car. Am I going to college? I'm gonna go to college for. You got a lot of questions you feel like you need to be answered, bro. You take it one day at a time. Like, and I always impress with like, man, I gotta think about the future, bro. I need to be a millionaire. Like, bro, you gotta take it. Sometimes you gotta take it one day at a time. You gotta be one foot, the next foot. Like it has to be like that. So yeah, and, I don't want to make this video super long. I feel a lot of my videos get super long. I just be yapping. But this is for anybody, man. Like if you going through, you know somebody who going through it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if, and this is one thing I would say. Especially if you, this is for the people who like feel like they're not going through this much at the moment, bro. If you in a space where you know you can like look out for somebody and be there for somebody, man, do that. Do that, cause that's all people need. All people need somebody sometimes is to see somebody that oh he care. They really care. Now don't get me wrong. Some people will take advantage of you. Yeah, and you gonna when that bridge get crossed, all right, you gotta handle it there. But bro, sometimes people just want to know that you care about them. Like I always try to like at least check in on my friends if I ain't talked to them in a couple weeks. Hey yo, what you doing? Hi, yeah, nigga, you know what's up? Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Cause like I care, I genuinely care about people. You get what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying put your sanity on the line for everybody else either though. If you know you can't do it right now, if you know just man, I gotta be there for me right now, so I'm even able to be there for you. You gotta do that because you don't want to be tearing yourself down trying to look out for somebody else. Because if that happened, now y'all both just lost. Y'all both just stuck. So just make sure you protecting your mental, you staying at peace, and always just smile. Just smile. It's gonna get better, 100%. If you stay to the end of the video, like, subscribe, comment W King Tizzle, and you have a good day.